Hi, I'm LC, and I cleave in RTA. Think what you will. Cleaving is moving before your opponent and taking control of the match before they have the opportunity to counterattack. So a good example in normal arena is the just Megan Bernard double Lucian team, where you run through their entire team and don't let them get a chance to move. Different styles of cleaving could be, like we just talked about, Bernard Lucian, Lucian Megan, or Bastet. There's a one-shot cleave that I do with Oberyn or Taru if you're free to play, and a second awakened Kali, who I love. There's a very popular form of cleave currently going on in the meta called CC cleave, where it's a little more complicated. You try to strip your opponent of all, can I use the word strip?
Oh yes.
Where you strip your opponent's monsters and attempt to control their attack bar, give them debuffs using provokes, using any sort of stuns. Savannah is a great example of attack bar pushback and defense break, and giving your second turn with the speed buff. A lot of you have seen Water Ryu as an enabler for this kind of team, where you just get absolutely ruined. A Belinus comes in afterwards, maybe a Nephthys comes in afterwards. A Volantis does literally everything under the sun. There's not a whole lot of counters to it, but if you have the right kind of playstyle, you can sort of counter it a little bit. So when I'm cleaving, I use a Jameer Tableau cleave. It's a very specific combo that gives your team 2 turns in a row. So if you don't have enough damage, or you're a one-shot cleave like I'm doing, and there's 4 mons on the field, you gotta kill them all. I only got 2 shots, I need more. So this team allows me to take 2 turns in a row and essentially delete all the mons. Where there is definitely counterplay to it, aside from outspeeding, which I know is very difficult to do. Stuff like Leo, who goes first, can attack bar manipulate other mons. He's very, very powerful. Also negating Tableau's effect of attack bar reset plus speed buff. Stuff like Magnum absolutely counters Bastet because he gains attack bar based on beneficial effects from the opponent. Sorry, God, I don't know what's up, sorry. Also things like Barbara or a Young Hong, who have very, very, very high base speeds and can counter me. I think Young Hong has a 116 base speed, whereas my Bastet only has a 99. So if we both have 24 speed leads, she's already starting with a 20-ish speed advantage, and that is very difficult to overcome with just rune quality alone. And then there's always things like her sister Wu Young, who has the 28 base speed, or the 28 speed lead. Barbara, because she is a booster, as well as very high base speeds, she can just delete my Kali and then have boost her team up and destroy my whole team afterwards. I'd rather not talk about it. Tian Lang is very good because he negates Bastet's S3, essentially, where he can cut in with his passive, so he'll have all attack bar boost from the opponent team, and then he'll take it for himself. Essentially, he's a little selfish. What he'll do is he'll AoE attack bar pushback and strip and stun with his S2, and there's that counterplay for you. Miho has gotten significantly better since the buff, and let me tell you, secret to Miho right now, second awakened Kali. Not a lot of people know this. Her S1 actually puts in a dot, so damage over time. Combine that with the invincibility, even if she crits, you'll put the Miho at 1 health, she'll revenge, she'll do whatever, Kali will take it, she's invincible. And then the dot, I swore. There's a couple things I want to target first, mainly a Triana or a Vanessa, stuff that will resist other deaths or revive other mons. Things like Tyrannus are very, very tricky to kill because they have 2 lives and they can res other things. Mainly any other threats, like if somebody's threatening to cut in front of your other damage dealers, you can always target them first. Somebody who has the potential to solo, Kaki. Kaki's a very, very strong unit, even after the nerf. Do not be underestimating them. Also Beast Riders. Beast Riders are very, very powerful as well, especially against my type of cleave, where they get 2 lives, essentially. So even if you kill a Savannah Barber or Masha, they still have potential to one-shot my very squishy units. So those are very, very scary to fight as well. Other than that, just prioritize damage dealers. If you're going cleave v cleave and you outspeed them, target their damage dealers ideally first. You don't really care about their boosters or strippers or whatnot. Same thing in the CC Cleave. I know a lot of people fight Water Ryu. Here's the secret. Don't attack him. Just don't attack him. His passive doesn't go off if you don't attack him. It's crazy. I know. It's insane. So speed leads are very important because there is a rune, a theoretical rune cap, if you will. The total fastest speed anybody can be in the game is like 350 without speed leads, without towers, anything like that. You can just have a 24 lead or a 33 lead, and even if you have, you know, subpar runes to your opponent, you can still outspeed. It's really cool, honestly. And if you take 2 of them, they're guaranteed to get 1 through in the draft. So I like to take the Jameer Tablo combo. It kind of just wrote itself. It's a perfect combo in itself, and both of them having speed leads allows me to take pretty much anything else I want. I don't have to take a Ciara or a Vanessa or a Samath. You can always do this. This is a very, very key thing in counter Cleave as well. If your opponent only has 1 speed lead, you can just ban the speed lead, take 2 speed leads, and then if you have decent runes, even farming giants enough, you can most likely outspeed. That all depends, you know, if they're a G3 with Bastet, you know, 330, maybe not, but who really has that? Come on, who really has that? If you would like to see this Cleave in action, the Oberyn Kali Cleave, find me on Twitch, LC33, stream every day, usually go live late night EST. Yeah, it's a great time. Look forward to seeing you there.